So some quick fun facts about me. I love extra large characters so much, right? They're my favorite type of champions to play. It's just something about them that I really, really like. But also, my second favorite kind of champion is a water champion, because water-based characters I think are the greatest thing in any game ever. So like, let's say Genshin Impact, I love the Hydro class so much. Mcoc, you have Atuma and Namor, two of my favorite champions in the entire game. I just love anything water-based for some reason. They make the best animations, they have the coolest abilities. I just need more water characters desperately. So what does that have to do with anything for this video? Well, back when like the roadmap was still very, very new, there was a predictions video made by Axe, and there was one champion that he mentioned that just caught my eye, and his name was Orca. And Orca, at this point, is by far 1,000 times over my most wanted champion in this game. I would do anything to get this guy added because I need him really. I think he'd be the perfect addition to just complete the water-based trio. And today was kind of like an okay day so far. Honestly, no, it was kind of bad because I missed out on Bullseye by 20 spots. I was kind of upset with that. I'm like, dang, this just sucks, right? But then when I woke up, I got tagged in a line chat and it said, look at this spot in the roadmap. It's right next to Atuma. And when I saw that, and I saw that it was next to Misty Knight as well, I freaked out, because let's talk about Orca for a bit and why this spot is pretty much the only chance ever in my lifetime that Orca will get added to the game, because this character is so niche and so unknown that if it's not this spot, it's never. Like, it's really just now or never for Orca. And, you know, this isn't guaranteed to be him. There probably are better champions that fill this spot, but I'm gonna inhale so much hopium, and I'm just gonna hope that maybe it's him, right? The 2% chance that it actually is Orca, I'm gonna just try and hope, right? But why Orca for this spot? Well, of course, the most obvious one is Atuma being right there. So Orca was actually Atuma's henchman for an attack on the US, which is wild stuff, right? But yeah, they have pretty close affiliation in that regard. Like, they know each other, they are affiliated pretty commonly. So they have that in common. It's kind of hard for like Atuma to have that many people related to him, like on this roadmap. So Orca's placement here does make a lot of sense. Since they have interacted before, Orca has helped out Atuma before, and both of them being from the deep, like, it is a pretty straightforward like relation, right? But then you have the Misty Knight one, and this is the one that excites me the most, because if it was just Atuma there, like linking Orca, then I'd be kind of skeptical still. But with Atuma and Misty Knight there, I have pretty much all the hopium in the world, because believe it or not, Orca was a member of Heroes for Hire. That sounds insane, right? Like, how does that even happen? How does one character go from being like from the deep with Atuma to being with Misty Knight in Heroes for Hire? Well, pretty simple. There's an operation that Orca was a part of. He was captured, or no, he was recruited by this guy called like the Master of the World or something. That went south. Orca got captured by the Heroes for Hire and taken to their, like, you know, place of operation. And there he was helped, and he actually became friends with the Heroes for Hire. So he ended up joining them. And so you have this character that really knows Atuma and really knows Misty Knight as well, because they were in the same Heroes for Hire group. And that's when the hopium just goes off the charts, right? Because if there was one champion that could somehow link Atuma and Misty Knight, Orca is one of them. I'm not saying he is like the only one, but he is definitely one of them that could link these two champions together. So that's why I just have so much hope, because if there was any single chance that Orca would get added into this game in my lifetime, it would be right now, because there is not a better link than Atuma and Misty Knight. I think Orca will be skill. I think Orca will have like similar abilities to Atuma, but not really, because he can actually do some pretty cool stuff. Orca can summon killer whales. I think that is one of the coolest things in like the history of Marvel, right? Having a character that can just summon something else. We don't have that in MCOC yet. Like, that'd be pretty innovative, having a champion to just summon stuff throughout the fight. Like, let's say there is a healing whale that can just, boost his health, or like an attack whale that inflicts bleed or something. The potential for this is just unreal, but it has to happen first. He has to get added, but there is so much going against him too, right? Because there are about like 500 to 600 other champions that people want over this guy. And I know that because I checked the MCOC wish list and he wasn't even in the top 500. So the odds are just so low for Orca. But if there was any chance, any single chance that I'd ever get to see my most wanted champion in this game, it would be this year, because there is never going to be a better spot for Orca, right? But that's enough of that. I talked for 6 minutes about Orca. I feel insane at this point, but honestly, you can ask my alliance mates. I talk about Orca about like 2 times a day at minimum. I always mention him. I will continue to mention him because I'm just obsessed with this character. And if he does get added, then I have a plan. I'm gonna save every single Titan shard and 7-star shard from now on, because I'm gonna take that chance. I'm gonna take the chance that he does get added, and I'm not silly for thinking that he does have a chance despite being a D-list character. I'm gonna just try to hope, right? And I don't mind saving all my shards because my roster feels kind of complete right now, but it could be all for nothing too, so we'll just have to see, I guess. But the rest of the map does look very interesting. There are a lot of mutant and tech characters, so that's kind of exciting, right? Because I feel like the mutant class needs help the most, and the tech class could always use some good additions too. Now for the mutant class, I think Mystique has to be there. I think the spot next to Iron Man has to be Ironheart. There is a spot next to Red Goblin, so that could be another symbiote character. There is a spot next to like, the Hulk, so that could be, maybe the leader or something. There are so many like opportunities for something crazy to happen this year, but I think the craziest thing would be if they manage to get Orca in MCOC, but we'll have to wait and see. If you want to see like predictions for the rest of the map, then go to Jax's channel. He is really good at doing this stuff. I think he said that Orca is still a low chance despite that placement on the map. So that does suck, but I still have that hope for sure. I'm not going to give up just yet. I think he still can be added to the game. But let me know your thoughts on this map, and yeah, that's about it for me.